and welcome along to a very special edition of OneHubRacing's Paddock Pass. My name is Jess and we haven't done a Paddock Pass for quite a long time, but today's video is going to be very, very special. Up until the end of the season, we'll be doing permutation videos every week, so you know what your favourite drivers need to do in order to secure the title for your tier. In all the tiers, only a few drivers are in for a chance to claim the driver's title, and we'll go through the permutations for that and see what they need to do, and also maybe talk about how their results are shaped up and what they could have done better in order to improve their chances. But to be honest, the past is in the past now. It's all coming down to the future. We've got 3 more rounds left of the OneHubRacing season. Time does fly by when you're having fun, and I'm really excited to go through it all with you as well. Potential titles could be won tonight for some tiers, and I wonder if the norm is going to be changed a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. So we're going to be starting off with the prospect tier. Now, prospect tier is, I've got to say, is the one which is going to be a realistic chance of the title being won tonight, because I'm going to go through the standings in a minute, but the championship leader is absolutely flying. The championship leader definitely needs a bottle of some sort in order for him to be out of the championship, but you never know what could happen. So looking at the standings then for the prospect tier, it is Salty Bear that has had a very good season this season. He didn't actually start winning until later on in the season. It was round 4, and he's since then had 4 race wins in a row. Pretty much no one could stop him right now. He's on 131 points, and the gap between himself and Liam is 48 points. And to be honest, again, he will need a bottle. So what do the other drivers need to do in order to stand a chance? Only 3 drivers are in a chance of beating Salty Bear. That is Truth NRP, Gazzaman, and Liam. Everybody else is eliminated. So basically, all Salty needs to do is finish 2nd or higher. If Salty finishes 2nd or higher, there's nothing else that the other drivers can do. Salty Bear's won the title. Even if Salty wins without fastest lap, that's the crucial thing. If Salty finishes 3rd, then Liam must win with the fastest lap. Everybody else would be eliminated from that front. So if Liam doesn't win that, and if Salty finishes 3rd, then Salty's won the title. If Salty finishes 4th, Liam must win. If Salty finishes 5th, Liam must finish 2nd. If Salty finishes 6th, Gazza must win with the fastest lap. Liam must finish 2nd or 3rd with the fastest lap. If Salty finishes 7th, Truth and Gazza must win. Liam must finish 3rd or 4th with the fastest lap. If Salty finishes 8th, Truth must win. Gazza must win or finish 2nd with fastest lap. Liam must finish 4th. And so on and so forth. And it's going to be tough, I think, for the guys to beat him, because Salty Bear's been on good form. The main form he's been in is he's got so many pole positions. He's got 5 pole positions this season. The only worst result he had was a 4th place, and that was in round number 2. There's a few other people that have won this season. Truth NRP won in round 1. Craig Senna won in round 2. Liam won in round 3, and then it was Salty Bear that won the others. Now, how do the other drivers form? Now, Gazzaman form started to show really for round 4, where he got a brilliant podium in Abu Dhabi. His most bad result was a P11 in Hungary, where he was spinning all the time. And to be honest, I have to say, when he spun, I kept spinning, which was very weird, I have to say. But it happens, it happens. And Truth NRP, his worst result was a 10th place in Abu Dhabi. He got caught up in an incident with his teammate, unfortunately. And I think that's probably where the table started to fall not in his favour, and he needs to have a miracle in order to catch up to the rest of his rivals. He got a 4th and a 5th in round 5 and 6. He didn't turn up last week. And to be honest, his form just started to go down after his win. So in the round 2, he got a P2. Round 3, he got a P3. If he would have kept getting wins, do you think he would have stand a chance of claiming the title? We'll have to wait and see. Liam's worst result was a P7 in the last round in Silverstone. Unfortunately, he got a drive-through penalty last week due to the virtual safety car. Personally, If he didn't get that drive-through penalty, he would have won the race. His pace was on fire. He got the lead into turn 1. Absolutely fine. And then the VSC caught him out. So, where he would have been without that VSC, we don't know. But he still has a realistic chance of keeping the title fight alive. He just needs Salty Bear to not score much this week, which is pretty much impossible the way Salty Bear's going, because obviously his lowest finish, a Salty Bear, was a 4th place. So, and also the fight is looking good from further down the grid for a potential few positions, because the gap between Gaza and Troop is 1 point. So, if they don't win the title tonight, Salty Bear, that could still play into a lot of people's favours, I have to say. But there was your permutations. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Salty Bear could win the title tonight? We'll have to wait and see on that front. Now we're going to move on to the podium tier. Now, last season it was Peter Parker that won the podium tier title. But it's going to be different this time, because obviously he is no longer in the podium tier and we will have a different podium tier champion. And it's going to be it's been very, very close already all season, which is very, very exciting. No matter what happens, White Fountain is still within a chance of staying in the fight, no matter what happens. So, White Fountain doesn't need to do anything. Patino the same. Obviously, Patino is leading the Drivers' Championship. So, both Mercedes teammates, they can have bottle races. But ideally, they can't. They can't have bottle races. Patino, I have to say, got unlucky last week. 5th place in Silverstone. Apart from that, he's been consistent. But he's the championship leader and he's not had a win. So he needs to work a lot harder if he wants to stay there, because his main rivals have had wins. White Fountain has had 1. Cam has had 2. And Rich 500 has had 1 in the first half, as well as SD Max in round 2. So, basically, I'm going to go through what's going on with that. So, if Patino wins with fastest lap, Jordan, James, Tribe, SD and Rich are eliminated. So, basically, only the top 9 have a realistic chance of keeping the title fight alive. Anyone else below that, unfortunately, they are eliminated. If Patino wins without the fastest lap, Rich must win with fastest lap. If Patino finishes second, Rich must win or finish second with fastest lap. If Patino finishes third, SD must win, Rich must finish second or third with fastest lap. If Patino finishes 4th, Tribe must win with fastest lap. SD must win or finish second with fastest lap. Rich must finish 3rd or 4th with fastest lap. If Patino finishes 5th, Tribe must win, etc. Tribe must finish 2nd if Patino finishes 6th, and so on and so on. So basically, no matter what happens, Tribe needs to have a good result today. So does James and Jordan ideally, but they're probably not going to be in the fight anyway. SD and Rich, I would say they got to have some wins. They got to have some wins. Cam and Konghofner, they're still in the fight as well. So they're not put into the equation there. The podium tier champion can't be crowned tonight. But it just gives you an idea that if Jordan, James, Schreiby, SD Mats and Rich do not have a good result tonight, they get eliminated. Now, White Fountain, a P13 in the round 2. He had a bad race there. A P8 in round 5. But apart from that, his results have been pretty consistent. That's why he's up there in P2. Cam's worst result was a P11 in round 1 and a P9 in round 2. But apart from that, again, Mr. Consistent. That's why he's up near the top. Konghofner, the other person in the championship fight, not to get a win. He's had 3 P2s this season, a P6, a P4 and a P5. And a few fastest laps as well. And, actually no fastest laps, but a couple of pole positions. Rich obviously had 1 winner, so is SD Mats. SD Mats actually had a DNF at round 5. Rich had a P17 at round 4. So those are the main protagonists, as it were. Tribe, don't forget, had a win at round 5. And I have to say, a very deserving one. Tribe definitely put all his effort into winning that one. And that is why he is still keeping his title hopes alive with that one. And Tribe would have superb battle, have some great strategies there. He needs a miracle tonight, but you never know. I could definitely say White Thousand and Cam, they could probably get more wins. Estimat, I'm probably expecting him to get another win at some point. So does Rich as well. Obviously, Racing Point are in the fight for the constructors as well, so anything can happen on that front. So that is a rundown of the Podium Tier permutation. So like I said, the Podium Tier could not be decided tonight. But anyway, let's look at the Position Tier. Last season champion, Janel, who's obviously in the Pinnacle Tier this season. So there will be a new Position Tier champion. And at the moment, it's looking like it's the favour of Jay Fletcher, who's got 104 points to Tom Robbo's 74 points. And I'll be looking at the permutations for that right now. Now, that's going to be a close one, because Position is another title that could be won tonight, potentially as well. So, Fletcher needs to basically, he needs to score well. If he scores well, if he finishes, I think I would say, let me just have a look. He's got to finish 3rd or higher, or 4th or higher, in order to win the title tonight, to have his shot at the bargain. But, to be honest, the others need to do well too. So, if Fletcher wins with fastest lap, Nosey and Scorpion must finish 2nd or 3rd with fastest lap. Chris must finish 3rd or 4th with fastest lap. Tom must finish 5th. If Fletcher wins without the fastest lap, Nosey and Scorpion must finish 3rd. Chris must finish 4th. Tom must finish 5th or 6th with fastest lap. If Fletcher finishes 2nd, Nosey and Scorpion must finish 4th or 5th with fastest lap. Chris must finish 5th or 6th with fastest lap. Tom must finish 7th or 8th with fastest lap. If Fletcher finishes 3rd, Nosey and Scorpion must finish 6th. Chris must finish 7th or 8th with fastest lap. Tom must finish 10th or 11th with fastest lap. Tom must score points if Fletcher finishes 4th. Chris must finish 9th or 10th with fastest lap. Scorpion must finish 7th or 8th with fastest lap. So does Nosey. If Fletcher finishes 5th, Nosey and Scorpion must finish 9th or 10th with fastest lap. Chris must finish 11th or 12th with fastest lap. If Fletcher finishes 6th, Nosey and Scorpion must finish 11th or 12th with fastest lap. If Fletcher finishes 7th, Bryn must win with fastest lap. Bryn must win if Fletcher finishes 8th, 9th or 10th. Or finish 2nd if Fletcher finishes 10th for Bryn anyway with fastest lap. If Fletcher finishes 11th, Rimpey must win with fastest lap. Bryn must finish 2nd. If Fletcher finishes 12th, Rimpey must win. Bryn must finish 2nd. And Rimpey must win if Fletcher does not score. Simple, basically. And looking at the results from the Position Tier and seeing where people did not shine, the real downside for Tom Robbo, a DNF, round 4. I believe that was Abu Dhabi. That was where he did have a very unlucky race. He also had an unlucky race in Silverstone where he only managed 10th. But apart from that, he's been in the points. Chris had a DNF in round 2. Apart from that, been in the points. Nosey, he's been consistently in the points every time he's raced. But his worst result was a P9 at Silverstone. Scorpion, again, been in the points. But his worst results was around 3 and 4. But apart from that, he's done quite well. His best result, actually, was a P2 in round 5. And Bryn had a win last week in Silverstone. It was about time. And without that win, I think I'm almost certain that he would have definitely been out of the championship fight because of it. So, that is to put things into perspective. Rimpey is still in this fight, but only if Jay Fletcher does not score many points. 17th, I would have to say, was his worst result. But he finished every race, and that's important. Because some of his championship rivals have not finished every race. So there we go. So that gives you an idea there. I think Jay Fletcher could win it tonight. But I think Tom, on his day, proved himself in some of the races. Chris could be up there. Scorpion and Nosey could be up there. So you never know. The top 5 are so close. Anything can happen. So I can't wait to see what the position tier has in store for us tonight. And finally, we're going to be talking about the Pinnacle Tier, last season's champion, Louis. Again, we will have a different champion, and I will look at the result. It's very close, actually, between first and second. 1 point separating between Lakitu and Netsky. The championship won't be won tonight. Netsky still has a very good chance, to be honest. But anyone from third downwards, if they have a very bad result, they could be within a bad shot of losing out, basically. So, I would say anyone from 8th downwards is out of the fight. And everyone from 1st to 7th has to pull in a result of their life to stay in the fight. So, I'll go through the final permutations. It's been about, I would say, 15 minutes already. But it's been quite a short video. So I'm very excited to see what you guys think of this. Should I do this one next week? We'll tell you. Anyway, if Lakitu wins with fastest lap, Toxic must win with fastest lap. Dynastics must finish 5th or 6th with fastest lap. If Lakitu wins, Toxic must win. Dynastics must finish 6th. If Lakitu finishes 2nd, Toxic must finish 2nd, which he probably has to finish first, obviously, if Lakitu finishes 2nd. Dynastics must finish 8th or 9th with fastest lap. If Lakitu finishes 3rd, Larkin must win. Toxic must finish 3rd. Dynastics must finish 11th or 12th with fastest lap. If Lakitu finishes 4th, Larkin must win or finish 2nd with fastest lap. Toxic must finish 4th. Toxic must finish 5th if Lakitu finishes 5th, so 4th or higher, really. Larkin must finish 2nd. If Lakitu finishes 6th, Samba must win with fastest lap. Lakitu must finish 3rd. No, Larkin must finish 3rd. I keep getting them mixed up, sorry. Toxic must finish 6th. If Lakitu finishes 7th, Larkin must finish 4th. Toxic must finish 7th or 8th with fastest lap. If Lakitu finishes 8th, Samba must win or finish 2nd. Larkin must finish 4th or 5th with fastest lap. Toxic must finish 9th or 10th with fastest lap. If Lakitu finishes 9th, Samba must finish 2nd, as well as when he finishes 10th as well. Toxic must finish 9th. Larkin must finish 5th. Toxic must finish 10th if Larkin is 10th, Lakitu is 10th, or 11th with fastest lap. If Lakitu doesn't score, Khalifa must win with fastest lap. Samba must finish 3rd or 4th with fastest lap. Larkin must finish 7th or 8th with fastest lap. And if Lakitu finishes 11th, Toxic must finish 10th or 11th. Simple as. So those were your permutations there. And I have to say, I'm looking at the Pinnacle standings at the moment. Lakitu has had the most wins out of anyone in the Pinnacle tier. 4 wins. The first coming from round 1 and 2. And he got his next 2 wins in round 6 and 7. His worst result, round 3, 11th position. Could this be the difference of him winning or losing the championship? He needs to continue to deliver. Netsky has been superb in pole, pretty much qualifying. 4 poles this season. Crazy stuff for him. He has got 5 podiums, 1 win, and his worst result was a 4th. Again, that could make the difference. Dynastics, P3 at the moment on 80 points. He got disqualified in round 3 because he forgot the 2-stop. Pinnacle seems to be the thing where they forget 2-stops. Alex forgot last week, but again, he's not in the championship fight, so I'm not talking about him. But Dynastic, that could have made a difference. He's had a few unlucky races in a row. He had 2 10th places, but again, when he didn't get disqualified, he scored points. Toxic. He got penalty points last week after the nature in the chats. But apart from that, he's been getting P2s and P3s. His other worst result, a P7 in round 2. Larkin, P16 in round 1. P11 in round 2. But his form started to pick up from round 3 onwards, I would say. The lowest finish he got since then was a 4th place. And he got a win at round 5. Samba, I would have to say Samba has been improving quite a lot, and I've been very impressed with him. The only bad result he had was a P17. Apart from that, he's finished no lower than 7th. And his best result was round 2 and 3. So, and Khalifa, I have to say, he had a podium in round 3. And he almost got a podium at round 6. He got a 7th last week. I think, for Khalifa's sake, he's going to hope that Lakita has a horrible race in order for him to stay in the fight, because I think that's the only option for him, really, at this moment in time. But, again, anything can happen. So, we discussed through your championship permutation. So, realistically, only the position tier and the prospect tier can be decided tonight. So, we're going to watch those tiers very closely to see if a champion is crowned. Will Salty Bear or Jay Fletcher win the title tonight? Well, watch out for the first tier, which is prospect at 6:15 tonight. Podium tier on at 7. Precision on at 7:45. And Pinnacle on at 8:30. We'll let you enjoy the rest of your day now, because I know some of you will have to practice for Vietnam. And I know Vietnam is going to be a very difficult track for some, but it's going to be rewarding if you finish the race. And for some people, they need to deliver a lot in order to have a standing chance. We don't know much about the constructors yet, but again, we'll keep you up to date on Twitter for that. I've been JessGames95. Have a good rest of your day, and we will see you at 6:15 for the first race of the evening. Goodbye.